Today I am taking you back to Halloween night. Halloween night 2018. Hey everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Scott and today I am looking at Halloween from 2018. This is the David Gordon Green beginning of the trilogy. Before we get started, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. Yes, the franchise did fall off. Yes, this trilogy didn't deliver as it started. But we're not here to talk about kills or about ends, and maybe I'll do those in a future video if you drop that in the comments. Today it is purely 2018. And going back and watching this week, I've got to say this movie is pretty much damn near perfect. Like, it is a true passion project from a director who genuinely loved this franchise and genuinely loved these characters, and it comes across in every single frame. Now, the premise of this movie is super simple. 40 years after 1978 Halloween night, Michael Myers escapes in a prison transfer, and his target, as always, is Laurie Strode, played by Jamie Lee Curtis. But things are different this time. It's not like Halloween 2 or Halloween H20, where Laurie's this quivering wreck, terrified of her own shadow. She is a badass, hardened survivor with a shotgun and a plan. And all of her trauma has just been turned into outward rage, which she's had for decades, waiting for this moment. Now, what they managed to do here, I think, is really clever. So they wrote this as a direct sequel to 1978 and ignored all of the other movies that come in between. They retconned all of the sequels. And that's a genius idea because it meant they didn't need to explain what happened with the Thorn trilogy. They didn't need to unexplain away that they're siblings. They just had a blank canvas to focus on, let's be honest, what makes Halloween what it is. Michael Myers and Laurie Strode. It's that story that everyone comes back for, which is why movies like Halloween 3 didn't do as well. Now, the pacing of this, I think, is really fantastic. They start off very slow, and it's this slow burn, slow build with these podcasters, and then to Michael escaping. And it takes a long time for Michael to become the Shape again. But when he does it in the most fantastic way. There is a scene where Myers returns to Haddonfield, and he goes through the neighbourhood, basically taking out everyone and anything that's in his way. And it really is a reclaiming the mantle of I am the boogeyman, you will remember me. And I absolutely love it. As for casting of Michael Myers, it's James Jude Courtney, and he embodies this character. The physicality, the menacing presence, like everything that he puts to screen just works, and he made Michael Myers truly terrifying again. Jamie Lee Curtis is back doing Jamie Lee Curtis things, and as much stick as she gets in the press for the person she is, I'm not particularly a fan, but as an actress in this role, she's untouchable. She really is. There's also a great supporting cast in this as well. You've got Judy Greer as Karen, Laurie's daughter, and Andy Makachak as the granddaughter, Alison. And they both deliver solid performances and add an extra level of stakes to this, because it's not just Laurie that's in trouble and danger now, it's her entire family. But beyond the actual sort of narrative and the story and the performance, the thing that makes this really good for me is the fact that Laurie is prepared, and it all leads to the climax of her booby-trapped house, and that scene is a masterclass of suspense, and it gives a payoff that we have been waiting for decades. It gives us that final confrontation, and if I'm honest, what should have been a closure, we could have ended it here, everyone would have walked away, everyone would have shook hands, gone, brilliant, great job, well done. But they didn't, they carried it on. But had this been the end, this would have been, I think, a perfect fitting end for Michael Myers. For me, this film understood why the original was so effective. It is the unstoppable force of Michael Myers and the fragile characters and how they deal with that around it. But it also added some nuance by making some of the characters, especially Laurie, very hardened to this. It is a true spiritual sequel to John Carpenter's Halloween and bring something brand new all at the same time. Like, the trilogy may have stumbled, but I think this movie is David Gordon Green at his best, and this was his vision. It gave us a return of Myers that we deserved. It was terrifying, it was emotional, it was delivered well on all fronts, from writing to acting to effects. And honestly, I would recommend a revisit to this one if you haven't visited it recently, because it's a lot better than I think people remember. But that's my take on Halloween 2018. But what did you think? Do you like this as much as I do, or do you think that they should never have done this? I know the trilogy went sideways, but this first one, I think, is one of the best Halloween movies out there. And on that bombshell, I'm going to go before the hate just racks up in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that notification bell so you know when we drop new videos. And until I see you next, wonderful day.